Hello everyone, I hope you are doing good. I present myself. I am Lamia Elayaji, PhD student in my fourth year at Physics Department, Laboratory of M3ER, Faculty of Sciences and Techniques, Al Rashidia. I am honored today to present you my work entitled Effects of Seasonal Temperature on the Heat Transfer Through a Building's Envelope. For that, I will pursue the following plan. The introduction comes in the first place, then the model description. Afterwards, we are going to see the topic's results and discuss them. Finally, we are going to sum up with a brief conclusion. The country of Morocco is considered among the poorest countries in terms of energy resources. In fact, the energy supply of Morocco depends on 97% from foreign countries, which leads on the one hand to an immense financial outlay and on the other hand to a noxious impact on our environment. Hence, Morocco has opted for an energy policy to reduce its consumption. This policy includes energy efficiency in buildings, which is an energy-intensive sector in the world. It represents 28% of final energy consumption. Furthermore, in Morocco, the building sector is a massive energy consumer with 25% of the total national energy consumption, of which 17% for residential buildings and 80% for tertiary buildings. Thus, the topic aims to analyze the impacts of introducing three thermal insulators, air, hemp wall, and glass wall, on the heat transfer through the building's exterior walls in a winter period from January 1st to 8th, 2020, using CAMSOL software. The numerical simulation consists of solving the problem of heat transfer through the exterior wall of an administrative building, which consists of two layers of hollow clay brick. Each layer has a thickness of 15 centimeters separated by a medium of air gap with a thickness of 5 centimeters. The following table presents the thermophysical characteristics of these walls. Furthermore, the left side of the wall is exposed to an ambient air. Its temperature, Ti, is constant. A convective heat transfer is occurred between the interior facade and ambient air. Plus, the right side of the wall is open to a periodic outdoor TE, as is mentioned at the following figure, and to the solar radiation. Finally, the convective and radiative conditions are established inside and outside the wall, and it is translated by the global coefficient HI and HE. Hence, before starting the numerical simulation by CAMSOL software, we have chosen the following boundary conditions. Firstly, the thermophysical properties of the materials are assumed to be constant. The contact between the brick and the insulator is assumed to be perfect. The horizontal side of the wall are adiabatics. At the interior side of the wall, the boundary condition is summarized by the following equation, at the exterior side of the wall, the boundary condition is translated by the following equation, where phi t is the radiative flux and alpha is the solar absorption coefficient of the break. The following figure show the temperature's variation from January 1st to 8th, 2020 at the mid-height of the building's envelope. The results show that the layer's temperature waves in the same manner as the external side's one. Moreover, we found that the temperature profile at the external facade of the wall T4 and the external side of the insulation T3 is almost identical, which reveals a high capacity of hollow clay bricks to store heat during the day and to diffuse it at night. The three insulators studied acting as a thermal barrier that block heat to exit. Indeed, the temperature of the internal side of the insulation of the two insulation glass wool and hemp wool T2 varies from a minimum of 18 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 90 degrees Celsius, while its external side T3 varies from 7 degrees Celsius to 18 degrees Celsius, which disclose a heat block rate of 64%, while for the air gap insulation, T2 varies from 18.5 degrees Celsius to 19 degrees Celsius, and T3 waves from 6 to 19 degrees Celsius. Thus, using air gap as insulation blocks heat to exit with a rate of 68%. Consequently, the thermal insulation by air gap leads to an optimal result compared to the other thermal insulators under study. The following figure show the heat flux as a function of the thickness at 4 times per day. The recorded flux for the three insulators is maximal at midday, minimal at 7 a.m., and it varies approximately from 20 watts per meter square to 30 watts per meter square between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. We note that the heat flux has a linear curves at the external layer of the wall, but with different values depending on the different moments during the day. At midday, the heat flux is higher compared to another time, and it reaches a value of 55 watts per meter square at the external side of the wall, and it decreased to 30 watts per meter square at 11 p.m. Then it gradually diminished towards the inside with a value of 2.5 watts per meter square for the air gap, and it is twice higher for the two other insulators with a value of 4 watts per meter square. Thus, I come up with forceful results which loom in the fact that the thermal insulation by air gap is more efficient compared to the other insulators under study. It blocks heat towards the exit, Consequently, it ensures simultaneously the thermal comfort of the occupants, energy savings, and reduce the materials costs. And thank you for your attention.